Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your nighttime, right time DJ Music. And as always say, I got 15 minutes to rock this post, so let me get straight to it. Here we go again. This time in New York. NYPD harassing another black man for no reason. As I reported the last video I did, black man eating a sandwich. But what I'm going to do this time, folks, first off, let me shout out Mr. Hancock for sending me this video right here. I appreciate it when you guys send me videos and ask me to speak on them a little bit. So what I'm going to do on this one, Mr. Hancock, I'm going to use the video that you sent me and make a comparison video, okay? I'm going to use the video here, this first one, and then we're going to go to a video of the arrest of Dylann Roof, and then we're going to go to a video of some cops handling some teenagers, I guess at a pool party or some kind of gathering. And you tell me, after seeing these three videos, do the police actually administer fair justice when they're in different neighborhoods? Or do they administer fair justice when they're known that someone's actually committed a crime? You will see, and especially in the video with the children in it, the teenagers, you will see how these kids get punched, these kids get sprawled out on the ground. And in the first video, you'll see how the police just kind of egging this situation on to hope that someone steps out of line so they have a reason to either take them to jail or even worse yet, jump on them and put them and use that old famous stop resisting. So let's get straight to that video first here, okay?
You don't want to drink out in the street anymore? You don't want to drink out in the street?
I don't drink. I'm 3.5 years sober.
You're 3.5 years sober?
3.5 years sober.
Okay, so why do we have an
I don't see that close.
You keep riding through here,
Yeah.
staring at me. I asked you if you have a problem.
It's my job to address conditions in this
What
precinct.
conditions?
Drinking,
What conditions?
congregating on the
I'm
sidewalk.
not drinking. I'm standing here in front of an iPad, not bothering anyone.
It doesn't matter. You
Not
can stand in
bothering
front of an
anyone.
iPad, but you can't drink out here.
I don't drink. What part of 3.5 years sober don't you understand?
I didn't
do
say
not
you were
drink.
drinking. I'm saying the group you're with
you-
was drinking.
I don't see anybody.
No, you're not.
I don't see anybody drinking. I don't see nobody drinking.
There's one right there. There's one over there.
About what happened out here yesterday.
For all your friends that were drinking.
I don't speak that language. Speak to me.
So like I
in
just
proper
told you,
English.
that's why we're here right
So
now.
that's why you're
Because
here.
everybody's
All right,
drinking.
so now you can get in your car and leave me alone.
No,
What?
I'm gonna hang out right here for a little bit.
Do whatever you want to do.
Okay,
All right.
good.
Can I see your badge and your ID?
Yep. In fact, it's
Watch
time
how
to
things
go.
change,
You can't
folks.
Congregate on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't stand here.
Notice, as soon as he addressed the police as he should have, properly should have, officer, what I would have said, am I being detained? No? Okay, fine. May I see your badge? And as soon as he knew his legal rights to ask that officer, can I see what's your name and your badge number? Notice how the officer tried to turn the table on him to say, okay, it's time to go.
Actually, no, you cannot stand by the sidewalk and set it up like it's your living room.
This is not my living room.
I know. So you need to get yourself off of here, and you need to keep it moving.
I can walk up and down this block all night.
You can.
I can walk
You
up
can
and
walk
down
up and
this
down,
block
but you're
all
not.
night.
You're standing here.
Okay.
You're not walking up and
Well,
down. So get your stuff, put it in your backpack, and start walking up and down the block.
It's just nothing.
Okay.
It's just people flexing for no reason. That's it. For no reason.
And he's
Nah, there's
right.
nothing to
My
flex about.
neighborhood,
Okay?
where I
So get your
all the
stuff
time.
and put it in your laptop, and then you can go.
I'm not congregating. I'm sitting there talking to someone.
So
you're
get your
saying-
stuff.
What is he blocking?
Can I
So
see
do it
your
right now.
ID?
Again, folks, as you can see, they were saying that he was blocking something. You saw that video. You saw that there was nothing impeding anybody's progress. Absolutely nothing. Again, more drummed up charges. And as you can see, it's slowly but surely starting to escalate to where the other policemen try to get involved into it. And now here comes the part again where they're going to ask him, let me see your ID, hoping he would say no, or hoping they would give him a reason to put him under arrest. Because you'll actually hear him say that. If you don't give me your ID, you're going in cuffs. You'll actually hear him say that.
Can I see your ID?
You're gonna see my ID.
Yeah, I'd love to see your ID.
Okay?
I'd love to see all of your ID.
Put it inside.
Okay. I'd love
Sir,
to see
let me see
all
your
of
ID.
That's not a problem at all.
No, you.
Hey, do me a favor, pull out your phone and record this. I'm here. I'll talk to you in a minute. Can I see your
Drop
ID,
something.
please?
We need your
That's
ID.
not mine. Not mine.
Okay, then we need your ID.
I'd like to see your ID.
You're gonna have it on your summons.
I would like to see for what?
It does.
For what?
For refusing to move when
Notice the threat tactic right there. You're going to have it on your summons. But this black guy was not having it. Give me a summons. I don't care. I'm in my own neighborhood. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Chances are when this gets to court, the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to have to pay a fine. But right now, you're not giving me a good enough reason to why I really have to move other than the fact that you want me to.
you're congregating on the sidewalk, you're blocking the sidewalk. Literally, it's not a debate.
You gonna
Let me
give
see
me
your
a
ID.
summons.
Let me see your ID, or are you going to
That's
handcuffs? Let me
That's
see your
perfect.
ID, or you're going to handcuffs.
There it is.
You'll see.
Let me see your ID.
Wait a minute,
You're
you
going
will
to
see my
handcuffs.
ID.
I already asked you a couple times.
Nobody cares about your threats. I was locked up on Monday for shutting down the FBR. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You do not scare me. You do not scare me. This is my neighborhood. My neighborhood. So write your ticket. Do whatever you do. Have fun. Have fun.
We're not
You won't
having
move
fun.
me.
We're just doing
Have
our
fun.
job.
Doing your job. Riding up and down this block, staring at people. Staring at people. Write your ticket. Write your ticket. Write
Yeah,
your
we're gonna
ticket.
96 him.
Write your ticket.
Rob, you have a seat?
Write your ticket.
We're gonna write your ticket.
Thank you.
You're gonna get one. Don't
Thank
worry
you. I
about it.
appreciate it. Write two. Three.
Now we're just gonna write you one.
Four. I don't
Now we're just gonna write you
I
one.
really don't care.
How's that?
I really don't care.
You're fine with one?
Notice how the
That's
police
problem
is slowly
is
but surely
nobody
starting to
cares about
congregate around
them.
here.
Nobody gives a fuck about them or their presence. These are our neighborhoods. These are our neighborhoods. We've been here forever. Forever. Write me a ticket.
Forever, huh?
Write me a ticket.
Forever.
Write
huh?
me. I knew him since I was a kid. Right? Yeah. These are our neighborhoods. Yeah, it happens. Where you from? Where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up? Where? Nobody got shot in your neighborhood? You never knew anybody who got shot? Stop it. You think you one of these white boys? You're not. So when they catch you without your badge and your gun, they can't see it. They're gonna shoot you like they shot the cop up in motherfucking White Castle. A black hero. A racist to who? I cannot be racist. I don't have the power to be racist. I do not have the power.
There it is right there, folks. They will always use that old try and use that reverse psychology on you when you point out the obvious. And he pointed out the obvious to that Latino man. As soon as they catch you without your badge, because it's happened numerous of times. Matter of fact, there was just a few weeks ago, a policeman's son went to another city to shoot another police chief because he was black. Look it up if you don't believe me. Now let's move on to this next video here. As you see, wait a minute, I want you to see how many police actually is congregated around these folks. That was my point here. Let's see if we can find out how many police is actually congregated around. I want to go up a little farther on. There we go.
One man. Look at this.
Look at this.
Oh, you back. You back. You back. All this for one man. For one man. You see this? One man. Don't worry.
All of
Don't worry.
that for one man speaking his
He's coming
his
along
mind.
Don't even worry about it. That's what I'm out here organizing. Don't even worry about it.
For one man, folks. That's what all those policemen was out there for. I'm going to pause this a second and I'm going to pull up the next video. Okay, folks, in this next video, this is the actual footage of them arresting Dylann Roof. Keeping in mind, he just killed 9 people in a church in Charleston, South Carolina. He's already made it his way to Shelby, North Carolina. Known fugitive, known murderer. But watch how they arrest him.
Radio call went out in Shelby, North Carolina just after 10 a.m.
Black Hyundai, white male traveling westbound. Advised the suspect looks like the subject they're talking about on the news from that Charleston shooting.
Florist Debbie Dills was driving to work when she recognized the black Hyundai from this wanted poster.
I want you to look at this wanted poster, folks. At no time, let's read this. On June 17th, 2015, approximately 8 p.m., the below pictured white male suspect entered Emmanuel AME Church located at 110 Calhoun Street and began shooting church members. The suspect was seen leaving the church in the below pictured black four-door sedan. Law enforcement needs your help to identify this individual as part of an ongoing homicide investigation. The suspect is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information regarding the suspect, identify his whereabouts, are asked to call so-and-so FBI. Suspect is described as a white male. He stands approximately 5'9" in height and has a slender build. In the very small letters, suspect is armed and dangerous. Don't you think that would be placard? Don't you think that should be placard all over that particular wanted poster?
She called her boss, Todd Frady, who called police.
Okay, she said he's at Charles Road. You're headed towards Ingalls.
Okay, I've got some officers out there where Ingalls is.
A few minutes later, police pulled over the black Hyundai and with guns drawn approached the car. Police say they ordered the driver to put his hands on the wheel, and he complied.
No one killed it,
The man who
folks.
identified himself as Dylan Roof came out of the car.
4 officers.
Police frisked him and handcuffed him. Roof,
That's it.
who was wearing boots with his pants legs
5
rolled up,
officers, excuse
was
me.
led to a police cruiser where he was searched again and put in the back seat. Officers then opened the trunk. The dispatcher put out a call saying they had found Roof.
County, we just stopped the vehicle out near Plato Lee Road, confirmed it is a suspect from the Charleston shooting.
Seconds later, the arresting officers celebrated. The manhunt was over, and
Not a scratch on that kid that just shot 9 people to death. Not a scratch. He was not put on the ground. He was peacefully handcuffed. He was peacefully walked to his car. He did not receive even a gut punch. Nothing. Now let's go to this next video. I'm going to pause this. See the difference? These were children. And this is where it all stems from, folks. You see white folks like this? She actually called in the police on this kid cutting grass. She actually called, the white folks called in the police on black kids selling water, black kids babysitting other kids, black kids sitting in their car. They called the police on the smallest of things because you know why? It all leads back to the slavery days, folks. That's what the police was created for, to keep black folks in check. And these white folks realize that. With Donald Trump in office, they feel more emboldened now to do just that, because they know that we are supposed to be scared of the police. And 9 times out of 10, when the police come for a black person, the outcome is not going to be very good. Let's watch a little bit of this.
Confrontations have involved white citizens calling police on African Americans engaged in typical everyday activities, including a 12-year-old mowing lawns near Cleveland, Ohio, 2 men barbecuing at a public park in Oakland, California, or this 8-year-old girl selling bottled water without a permit outside the San Francisco Giants ballpark. The woman who called police here being captured on cell phone video posted by the girl's mother.
Oh, you can hide all you want. The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Yeah, hide. That's what they do. They like to call the police and then duck out. Let them handle it now. I already did my civic duty, because if you listen to that last video that I posted, folks, it was white folks' civil duty to call the police. That was a law requirement to call the police on any black person that they saw, they deemed it necessary, that was out of line. Go look it up for yourself. It's about that time for me to get on up out of here, folks. Remember, young black men and women and children, the police are not your friend. I don't give a damn what they say. White folks, look at the other side of who you are. And this is the kind of stuff that goes on all the time. White folks calling the police on black folks for doing absolutely nothing other than selling water, cutting grass, barbecuing. That's what we have to contend with every day of our life as black citizens in this country. Every day.